I just want to say I am not an expert. I'm just talking about my symptoms. Other people experience way different symptoms, but this is just my experience. So watch at your discretion and do your research. This virus is a little complicated. We don't know a lot about it. My biggest frustration has been not really the symptoms, but more so just everything else. Like, when do I go back to work? When am I not contagious? When you're doing the PCR swabs, the nasal swabs, it can also pick up viral shedding, so it's not necessarily 100% accurate. If you guys go to the CDC website, it'll tell you more, but that's why usually they recommend a quarantine for 14 days from your first symptom, and you want to make sure that you have no symptoms, that you're symptom free for about 72 hours. That's what they're saying. Check it out, do your research, look it up. Okay, I want to start by saying I'm not a vlogger, blogger, nothing, but I tested positive for the coronavirus, and I wanted to lay out my symptoms. If anybody is wondering what it's like to have mild symptoms, I had it. And it wasn't too bad, and I think I'm on the end of it. My first symptom was early June, and it started with mucus, kind of like a mucus feeling, ended up with a little bit of a cough, but it was more to clear my throat. I don't like to elaborate on videos. I like it just short and quick and to the point. And obviously I've been working hard today, no makeup or anything. So, then day number 2, the very next day, I woke up at 6 a.m. And I had a fever of 101.6, I believe it was. And 2 hours later, it came down to 99.5. I decided to go to urgent care and get tested, and I never got my results from that day, ever. I went to Neg Test urgent care, never got those results. And then they ended up testing me. They did like a rapid strep that came back negative. I got some antibiotics that I could take just in case. He was pretty convinced it was not coronavirus. And then that 5 days later, I started to lose kind of like taste in my mouth, but it wasn't taste in my mouth. It was just a weird taste, almost like morning breath. But I definitely could taste everything, because that day I was like, oh my God, I might have corona. That was the day that I thought I had coronavirus, when I had that funny taste in my mouth. So I ordered 3 different kinds of wings from my favorite wing place. It's called Crazy Mike's. And I could taste everything, so it wasn't loss of taste. Didn't have loss of smell, just a weird taste in my mouth. Then my sore throat started to go away. I felt like my cough was getting better. I started the antibiotic, and then that ended up helping my symptoms that I thought was a sinus infection, but was not. And then I had that loss of taste for about 7 days. It was a week. And then I was symptom free, and I was like, hallelujah, no more symptoms. I'll be clear for work. Everything will be fine. And then 3 days passed by, and I started to have chest tightness, which is really weird because I never have chest tightness. And so with my chest tightness, I wasn't really sure what was going on. I ended up going into the ER just to get checked out, because that's not normal for me. I have seasonal allergies and sometimes get bronchitis, but I don't really have like asthma, not really on like an SVN or anything like that. So everything checked out okay. No clots or anything, no other complications. But I had 2 weeks of chest tightness, and today is the first day that I really don't have the chest tightness. I did this morning. I had to take my albuterol this morning, But let me count back the days. So it would be 7, 14, 'I'm like day 24, 25 right now. And my chest tightness just started to go away. I still need my albuterol. I still, I'm taking a steroid. But I am feeling pretty good. Hoping I can go back to work. Obviously, I haven't worked in almost a month, so it's been crazy. The morning that I had a fever and I thought that I had this coronavirus, I canceled all my swim lessons. I do swim lessons, and I haven't worked. I work in the hospital. I'm a monitor tech, so I have been out of work. I've been trying to stay healthy. I've been staying to myself, just trying to do the right thing and keep everybody healthy. I know some people have said, you know, they can't miss work. They don't want to get tested. I am in Arizona, and Arizona is a hot spot right now. I just think that we all need to kind of do the right thing. Masks don't work 100%. They're not going to stop everything 100%, but they do reduce the spread. Wearing masks is not a terrible thing. Mask up. ASU came out with a saliva test. The FDA, I heard, just approved an at-home test for us in the US. So that's really cool. I have a lot to say about the coronavirus stuff, but this is just my video on symptoms and the symptoms I had. Not really where I got it. I can tell you I did have contact with somebody the very first day I had mucus, that mucus feeling. And 2 days later, they had a fever. So I had the mucus, the next day I had a fever, and then that next day they had a fever. So that is unfortunate, but I've been keeping tabs on them. I've been keeping a log of everybody that I come in contact with. Like, I do swim lessons, so I keep logs of those. We do daily temperature checks. We do testing. My test prior to that was a negative test, so I know I didn't have it. But comment, subscribe. I might have a few more things to say. This is me on my first video. This is something I normally don't do, but I feel like this is important and wanted to kind of get it out there. I had a lot of support from friends and coworkers, trying to keep tabs on me, make sure I'm doing okay. You know, I'm not a big prayer person, but sending prayers out to some of my coworkers and friends that are battling this and that have got it pretty bad, but they are recovering very well. So everybody stay healthy, take care, and hopefully I'll be cleared here soon. Thanks.